So we're going to be talking a little bit about cattle today. I'm going to try and multi-purpose because I got a big trailer that's parked on the side of the shop that we are trying to get back together. Having to wait a little bit on some hydraulic hoses, but we're going to be using ChatGPT to enlarge, help us analyze kind of what's going on. So we'll wait for a couple people to trickle in. But basically, before we get started, now I follow a lot of cattle stuff. I'm sure that many of you guys don't, but if you're not aware of what's going on in the cattle industry right now, calves are reaching like historic all-time highs. And it's kind of troublesome because we're also at an all-time low, I guess would be the correct word to say, for the herd size in the United States of America. Last I heard, let me double check. We're going to pull out the good old Grok so I don't misinform you guys because Grok is way smarter than I am as far as actual statistics. Let's see. We have a very tight cattle supply from what it says. We're down to 32.9 million head of cattle. Let me double check, make sure that's correct. Yes. So anyways, my current dilemma is, do I hold on to my calves or do I sell them right now? Because from last I checked, on the low end, they're going for like $4.50 a pound, but on the high end, they're going up to like $7 a pound, and that's on the hoof. So I would say a 6-month-old calf is going to weigh in the ballpark of 500 pounds. That's a lot of money. The profit margins on that are way higher than like an actual finished steer. So where the real problem is right now, like let's say, okay, we got some quick bucks to make. We're going to take our cattle to auction. We're going to sell them. But for a beginning rancher such as myself, 2 years from now, I'm not going to have any cattle. Or at least not as much. And so it might be like a quick influx of cash, which is really, really hard because, when someone's waving money in front of your face, it's hard not to take it. But long term, I think it's going to affect the whole cattle industry as a whole. Now, I know we're bringing in a lot of beef from other countries right now. I just honestly am not 100% sure what's going to happen because the demand for it just keeps going up because a lot of people are realizing that beef is a very healthy food for you. So let's go ahead and dive into Grok just a little bit more. Let's see. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with like per watt, they call it hundredweight. So you may want to look into the actual terminology. But they're saying weaned calves in the 400 to 600 pound range, which is pretty much what I was telling you. They're going to $400 to $500 per hundredweight. So let's go ahead and ask a pretty typical question. What's the average price of a 6-month-old calf at auction right now? So you guys can just have like a really basic hard number. And I think I'm going to do like an actual video that's more well put together. I'm just kind of diving into this right now, so if you guys are at all interested in this, you guys can kind of just follow along with me. And I'm not the fastest typer in the world, so bear with me. All right. So it's searching the web. It's coming up with results. Well, it's giving me a whole lot of answers. So basically it says roughly $3,000 per head. Now keep in mind this is across the country, and as everybody is familiar with California, everything is more expensive here in California. So I'm really curious to see what they would be going for here. So yeah, with an average price of calves being around $3,000. Now keep in mind this is nationwide. That's a mind-blowing number because I would say about 3 years ago, I could buy like 6 to 8 month old calves for less than $1,000. And these were good looking calves. These were not just like your average run of the mill calves, um, which is what that average price means. Now, if you have like a really beautiful calf, that there's things that ranchers know what to look for, like hip pin placement, head placement, how the actual animal carries itself. There's a lot of things that they. How many calves do you have? Right now I think I have. I want to say 8 to 10. So it's not like it's a huge number. Like I'm a small rancher, but we're trying to increase our herd size because the herd size in the United States is way, way, way down. So would that money be really nice to have right now? It probably would. I may send one to auction next week, just to see what it actually goes for, and then we can do like a follow-up video on whether or not these prices are actually happening. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and ask Rock another question on what the average price of ground beef is going to be, because I think these high calf prices are going to trickle down over the next year and a half to 2 years because, yeah, even if I sell two or three, right? I mean, that's a lot of money. But I think it's going to trickle down, and I think you're going to see the price of what beef is going to go to just blow your minds. So let's see. What is the average price? I'm going to specify it more. We're going to go down to California. In California, for ground beef, and let's see, we're in 26. We'll say in 2028. In 2028, I'm so slow at this. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's see what it comes up with right now. Okay. So nationwide, right now in 2026, it's saying that the average is $6.50 a pound. Now that's going to be like, I don't want to say bottom of the barrel, but that's going to be like your most basic beef that you can possibly have. And then it says with fresh retail beef nearing $8.90 a pound. So like you go to your butcher shops and where they grind it up and give you like the really good fresh ground beef. That's going to be a little bit more on the higher end. Give me some hard numbers, Grok. Okay, so it's saying that for like the basic of the basic ground beef in 2028 in California, they're predicting $9.50 a pound. And that's going to be for your average, like prepackaged stuff that you don't know where it came from. You don't know if it's been sitting on a boat, what chemicals it's been injected with. None of that. That's going to be your very basic stuff. So, like the nicer stuff that you're seeing in like the butcher shops where they grind it up fresh for you, I'm guessing, it doesn't say here, but if it was saying $9 a pound right now, I'm guessing you're going to go up to like $13, $14 a pound for ground beef, which, you guys, that's wild. That's so much money for ground beef. Um, this is nuts. All right, let's see. So yeah, like I said, I think we're going to go a little bit more into greater detail on this thing. I'm really curious to see how next week actually pans out with me possibly sending one of my calves to auction, because I have a really hard time wrapping my head around $7 a pound on the hoof. One of the livestock auctions that I follow, that's what they were showing. And if you have a 500-pound calf at $7 a pound, I mean, the profit margins on that are huge. I don't know. I have a hard time wrapping my head around that one, but we're gonna keep working. If I can think of anything else, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But just hanging out in the shop today. I've almost got this valve body as clean as it needs to be. There's a lot of buildup on here that I got to get off. I want this thing to be like brand new when we put it back together, so I've been just spraying it with Simple Green and all that good stuff. If you guys were in my shoes as a cattle rancher with a herd size of, I'd say roughly 30, would you hold on to your calves or would you get rid of them? Because like I said, I think, 2 years from now, if I were to get rid of most of them, I'd probably be a millionaire in no time. I'm thoroughly convinced that beef is on its way to being a luxury. I don't think it's going to be something that the average person is going to be able to afford here shortly. I mean, it's already knocking on its door. If you go to the grocery store and pick up like a pack of ribeyes, I mean, it's insane. Let's see what the average price for those is. Average price of ribeye steak per pound. Good old Grok. I love Grok. Okay. At major grocery stores like Walmart, Costco, Kroger, $20 to $25 a pound. That's pretty expensive. No, I read that wrong. $20 to $30 a pound. Sorry, guys. Grok sends like a bunch of stuff. Each one is just wild. Now, if you go to like a butcher shop with the higher marbling, it's going to be $30 to $50 a pound. Oh, that's a lot of money. I was actually talking with my buddy Jake the other day, actually just last night, how growing up, now I'm a little bit older than he is, but I want to say I remember going to the grocery store with my mom and seeing ground beef on sale for like 99 cents a pound. So I'm not super, super old, but I'm getting up there. So that means within the last 35 years, and I could be wrong, we'll say $1.50 on the high end. If it's going to go up to $10 a pound, that's going to hurt. That's a lot of money for a hamburger. You can have a 1 pound patty, but let's say you do a half pound patty. Just for the patty, that's going to be $5 for one burger. If you want to cook for a family of 6, just to do 6 half-pound patties is going to be $30. Man, get real. That is so much money. I have a hard time, like, wrapping my head around what's going on right now. And also, how much gunk is caked onto this valve body. But, yeah. Anyways, like I said, I think I'm going to do a live video. I'm going to do a little bit more research and actually figure out what's going on with these, because I think the best way to like convey these messages is not with live videos. The audience is usually pretty small when I do these things, especially on I don't know, say Thursday at lunchtime. Nobody wants to be depressed hearing me talk about high cattle prices, because grocery bills are already high and they're going to keep getting higher. So let's see. Chubzilla, at my Walmart right now, it's $14 a pound here in Washington for ribeye. So let's see. How close was Rock? What did they say? Yeah, they give me so many different statistics, which is fine. But 20 to 25. And they said sales or family packs can dip to $15 to $20 a pound. So I guess that's a little bit closer to, what'd you say it was? $14 a pound? I need to go get my drill with a wire brush on it to get this stuff off. I'll be right back. Come on, battery. Of course. Of course. I'll be right back again. I'll bring it back up just in case. All right. Is anyone else watching this video that can tell me the average price of a ribeye, where they're at? So for anybody who may just be tuning in, I know this is a little bit deceiving that I'm working on a workbench right now. Just as I am thinking about cattle prices and what they're going for, I'm just looking for anybody to spitball anything back at me. Looking for input right now, because basically I'm having a hard time deciding if I hold on to my calves or if I send them to auction. Because right now they're fetching a premium, and I will probably be sending one to auction next week to kind of test the waters and see where they're at. See if those high prices are actually true. All right, well, yeah, I know this isn't the most entertaining of subjects, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I know I'm making a lot of noise now. Oh, what's up, Caster? I'm just curious, when you tune in for a live video, is it like right away, like puts you back into where we started, or does it take you back to the very beginning? Like, can you see right now exactly what I'm saying? Just curious. If you could let me know, that'd be awesome. Yes. Okay. So it's always been a curiosity of mine. You think I would know that being a YouTuber? Even though I'm not like huge, but I'd like to pretend I am. Oh my gosh, this stuff is crazy. Also very messy. Okay, I think we got it. I apologize. It's going to get really noisy right now. are trying to get this thing completely disassembled, get any contaminants that might be that might be in there. Because before I took this thing apart, it was leaking like crazy. So I've almost got it as clean as I want to get it on the outside. We do need to take these plugs out now, because with how much I'm cleaning this, I know a bunch of the stuff is actually falling in there. So we want to get it completely disassembled. And to do that, I'm actually going to need a couple more wrenches. And I know I'm rambling right now, but anyways, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to do like an actual video where I probably show some of my cattle. We'll have some like statistics prepared already. What's up, Lucky Lunchbox? I keep seeing I'm going to get off, but a couple people tuned in here and there, and I don't mind hanging out with you guys. But I also feel bad for the false advertisement of this video, because I have pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about cattle for the time being, until I have a little bit more like actual direct knowledge of what's going on. Because right now I'm just kind of spitballing. And I was more looking for input, I guess I would say. And if you guys were me, what would you do? Hey, I appreciate it. Like truly, I know you may say not much, but I don't know. It means a lot when you guys help out the channel, because the channel is not a big, huge thing that. How can I put this? I put a lot of work into it because I enjoy doing it. The time spent on making all this stuff, like the videos, if you were to factor in my time, is nowhere near worth the time that I put into it. But when little stuff like this happens, it makes it worth it. So I do appreciate it, Caster. Huge shout out. Let me see. It gives me the heart option. Yep. I like that a lot. So thank you. It could have been 25 cents and I still would have been happy, but super awesome. Mega appreciate it. This thing is so gross. You guys should have seen me yesterday. My hands, my face, my arms, black. I took all the hoses on that trailer to go get rebuilt. Kind of bummed. They were supposed to be done today, but they're missing just a couple things to get it finished. So that's okay, though. We'll go pick them up tomorrow. Vinny, what's going on, brother? Let's see. I wonder if I had to take this with me back down to TLR, if they have like a bath. We could just drop this in real quick. Really wash it out. I have a parts washer, but yeah. So this, for anybody who may not be familiar with hydraulics, this is what makes the inside of a valve work. Basically, this will move up one way and allow fluid to go one way, or if you push it down the other way, it opens up and it'll push fluid out through either one of these. So it's a very basic concept, which is pretty cool, but yeah. Okay. I'm going to wrap it up for sure, though. Hope you guys have a good lunch if you're watching this on your lunch break. Great rest of your day. I do have a video that I'll probably... Let me see if it's actually done. Maybe I'll let you guys know right now. My internet out here is so slow. Yep. See, it says My Bull's on Parade Part 2. says it has 27 minutes left to upload. It's not even that long of a video. It's like 16 minutes long. And it's been uploading since 7 o'clock this morning. Living in the boonies has its perks, and then sometimes it doesn't. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks again, Caster. You're awesome. Super appreciate it. Keep an eye out for that video when I'm talking a little bit more about actual cattle. Once I have some actual firsthand knowledge and all that good stuff, we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.